tournament the last few days, and now they finally get to play. And as we go on the air here today, there's already a couple teams that have advanced to the semifinals the way that this tournament is set up. UCLA, the 2 seed, and Iowa, the 3 seed, have already advanced. The way the tournament's gone so far, some pretty close games. Illinois defeated Michigan in the opener 6-5 in 10 innings. It was Rutgers over Indiana 5-2, and then Nebraska beat Michigan State 5-4 in 10 innings. That was the first day of this tournament. It's been a fun one so far here in Omaha, but it's critical that Nebraska did beat Michigan State 5-4 for a couple reasons. One, the opponent for the Ducks, Michigan State, here tonight, already is out of this tournament with that result. The way that the seeding works and the way the schedule fell, Nebraska is already in the driver's seat along with the Ducks, and they will meet tomorrow. So for this game tonight, it's really a chance for Oregon to improve its overall season resume as the postseason begins here in the Big Ten tournament. And for Michigan State, it's a chance to just play free. I'm curious to see what Michigan State looks like, especially in the second reason that game was interesting. Michigan State lost in a way that really I think Spartans would tell you they should have won the game. They dropped ball in right field that led to Nebraska ultimately winning the game. UCLA defeated Illinois 8-6, and it was Penn State defeating Washington 5-3 earlier, and then Iowa beat Rutgers 4-3 to advance. UCLA defeated Michigan earlier today 7-5, and Penn State in a good game right before ours defeated USC 2-1. As a result of all of that, Indiana and Iowa are going to play later on this evening due to some weather that's in the forecast tomorrow. There will be 4 games in pool play today. Washington faces USC tomorrow. Nebraska and Oregon will square off tomorrow as well. But first, the Ducks have to take care of business against Michigan State here tonight. UCLA and Iowa have already advanced, and we'll see who joins them in the semifinals, the winner of Pool A and the winner of Pool D.
Once a week, you're going to get updates, news.
And we'll see moving forward what the rest of the tournament will look like. But with Penn State getting the win over USC, Penn State in good position and advancing to the semifinals. Elsewhere, the Ducks with some dominant Big Ten all-conference selections. Mark Wasikowski, the conference's Coach of the Year. A Big Ten high 10 Duck players garnered all-league recognition at the conclusion of the regular season, including a league-best 5 first-team selections. Grayson Grinsell, Seth Maddox, Jacob Walsh, Ryan Cooney, and Mason Neville, all honored by the Big Ten Conference first-team selections. 5 first-team selections tied the 2021 team for the most in the modern era of Ducks baseball, and I'll tell you, they deserved it. Ducks won the regular season title, tying with UCLA atop the standings, but Oregon won the tiebreaker series with the Bruins. That's why the Ducks are the 1 seed here in this matchup with Michigan State in this Big Ten tournament today. The Ducks also placed 4 players on the conference's 3rd team and 1 player on the all-freshman team. Jason Wrights, Maddox Maloney, Anson Arrows, and Dominic Hellman all on the 3rd team, and then Berkeley Mabius earned a spot on the all-freshman team. Ducks garnering 10 conference awards, and Mark Wasikowski named the Coach of the Year after a pretty impressive regular season. Ducks ended the regular season at 41-13, 22-8 in Big Ten play, and now Oregon begins sort of a new season here with the postseason beginning in the Big Ten tournament tonight against Michigan State. It's the OCCU pregame show, and coming up, we've got the Toyota Coaches Corner. Keep it here on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
For an emergency or disaster? Because it's not a matter of if, but when. Don't find yourself saying,
I'll trust water bottles and a flashlight to save the day, but I'll be proved wrong.
With a tornado approaching, I'll realize that I lack a wheelchair-accessible shelter.
When the floodwaters rise, I'll be up in the attic with 20 cans of beans. It's a recipe for disaster.
Let's prepare so we all have a better story to tell. Get started at ready.gov/older adults. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Comes to a gun suicide attempt, all it takes is a moment.
My son Ricky took his life by the use of a firearm. It broke me, and I contemplated suicide. My grandson, I was going to have to be here for him. I still own my firearm. I keep it in a safe because I want to keep my grandson and myself safe.
Store your guns, locked, unloaded, and away from ammo. Hear more safe stories at endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by Brady and the Ad Council.
Joey Mack sitting down with Oregon baseball head coach Mark Wasikowski, the coach of the year in the Big Ten Conference. Waz, congratulations on that. How are you doing this morning?
I'm okay. Thanks, Joey. And I want to first off, it's Marcus Leiden's birthday today. Lido, hey, happy birthday. Runs a hitting facility on the west side of town that, you know, if young guys haven't been there, you need to get in there and go see Coach Leiden. He's the best. So happy birthday, Lido, and thank you so much, Joey.
You know, I know that you have said publicly, like, you wanted this to be a recognition for your staff, and I wanted to give you a chance to talk about your staff a little bit, Waz. Staff of the year in the Big Ten.
I feel that way strongly, and it's very obvious why. You know, when you have the staff that I have, and you have Jack Martyr, Blake Hawksworth, Brett Thomas, Marcus Hinkle right there. Those are immediate staff guys, and the other guys that are supposedly not immediate staff guys with Gavin Grant, Sean Harling. I mean, those guys are immediate as well. You know, Tim Cisnera. Those guys are big time members of what we're doing. Daryl Hunter. Everything that we do, it all counts, right? And everybody has their little role, their little piece in this thing, and we embrace the fact that that's all we have. We just have a little piece of it, and if you don't do your little piece, it doesn't work. If you do it, then great, you're doing what you're supposed to do, and that includes me. And so when they give me a great honor, that's really a staff honor, because without the other pieces, you know, there's no honor coming for me. And so I wish I got $1 million payday for Coach of the Year. I don't get any kind of bonus or anything, but I tell you what the bonus is. It really is a recognition of a staff that's worked their tail off and deserves this, and I absolutely love my guys. And thank you so much for all your hard work and effort, and even all the people behind the scenes, the interns, the girls behind the scenes. It really is something that is humbling, and I thank you all. We've been very, very, very blessed.
And similarly, you got good players, Waz. You had 5 on the first team. You get a double-digit recognition number from the conference, and it's nice to have that, I'd imagine, at the end of the year, isn't it?
Yeah, it means you got a really good team when you got a bunch of people and you got the most on the first team and or the all-tournament team, or not the all-tournament team yet, but whatever, the all-conference teams. Yeah, you know, I don't really get all that stuff and how they vote for it. I don't really know how they get this conference tournament lined up with how the games are played and all that. I really am just a baseball coach that just wants to be able to teach young people how to help themselves in life and win games. And we've had a really good run right now this year. I really thought that there were some guys that could have been rewarded a little bit higher, specifically Grayson Grinsell, who's did not win conference pitcher of the year. I would have loved to have seen that happen, but I'm sure everybody could get grumbly about how they had a guy or whatever. Bottom line is we've been blessed, and I'm very, very grateful.
And now you've won 10 in a row, Waz, heading into postseason. So how about just the start of a new season? It kind of is that when you get to the postseason, isn't it? It feels like a new season. How do you assess the regular season for your ball club now heading into postseason?
Regular season was really good, right? Going into the postseason, this tournament, we're ranked in the top 5 basically in every major poll. If the gurus are accurate, and I don't know what the gurus really know, but if they're accurate, then we should feel good about our hosting chances and maybe even a national seed chance. With that said, I don't believe any of them, and it's time to win. And for me, I don't really pay much attention to all that stuff. I think it's great. It sounds like we're making progress as a program. And, for me now, it's time to get back on that field, because that's really where you start earning stuff and you start proving it. And that's what we've done. We've earned all the things that we're getting, the accolades. We've just gone out there and earned them, and that's what feels good about it.
You're coming off a conference title, Waz. Had to win 3 at Iowa. You got that done. A chance to celebrate that with your team, and now building up to this tournament for the last few days. Take fans through the last few days if you could. Just the practice, getting ready here in Omaha.
Yeah, it was Saturday, celebrate championship, right, on Iowa's field there. That was really fun because, you're doing it on the road. I loved to have done it at PK Park, whatever, but we did it on the road. Hopefully fans celebrated there. We got on the bus right away afterwards. We showered first off in that football stadium, and they got pink walls in the locker rooms and stuff. That was something else. I'd never seen anything like that, but all the locker room walls were pink in that football stadium, and so we embraced the pink. We loved it. And then we left there. We got on the bus, came to Omaha. We checked into the hotel, got some rest that night, and then we showed up the next morning and we started our prep work again for what we have this week. So it's been ongoing. Every day we've had weights and practice, and then the staff has been very busy with video, trying to pick some sort of a tendency on the opponent and get our pitching and everything lined up for this tournament.
You know what? Now the pitching, Waz, I know that's always a question that every coach gets when you get into postseason. How do you attack it on the mound here this week?
Well, a week ago we had to bring everybody up a day because the Thursday, Friday, Saturday, deal. And that's not easy this time of year for guys. And without going into more detail on that, I'll just say this much. Going up another day this week or keeping guys on that same type of a rotation, we could have kept them more or less. I think we could have kept them on the same rotation, and that's not a slam dunk. But more or less we could have kept them all on the same rotation. But then it doesn't play into the way this tournament is structured. And the tournament, the way it's structured, is a little quirky. I won't get too much into that because I don't really understand the best way of doing tournaments, but I know this much. I know we need to play well here. We've just instructed the boys 4-0. That's our goal here. We need 4 quality starters to be able to do this thing. I don't want to bring guys up and stuff like that and move guys around too much in the rotation. Ian Umland's going to throw today. Grayson Grensel's going to throw tomorrow. Hopefully we can advance to the Saturday, Sunday where we'll get that, those 2 starters in place based off of how those guys are feeling and doing. But it's late in the season. These guys got some wear and tear on the arm, and moving them up another day is really not in play for us right now.
Michigan State, tell fans a little bit about the scout heading into this matchup.
Well, we played them a few weeks ago back at Michigan State, and the wind was howling in. It looks like today it might be the opposite. And so it's a beautiful day here in Omaha. Of course, the wind's blowing. We're in the Midwest. Looks like it's blowing out. We're just going to need to play well and pitch well. It's going to be like a cut and paste of what we've been doing. The mood in the locker room's been really good. Our prep work's been really good. My biggest fear is any sort of reading of the press clippings about what we do or don't need to do. And the press tells us, well, you don't need to win today. Well, yeah, we do. We need to win today. It might not be for the tournament reasons, because I guess in this tournament we really need to win tomorrow to advance to the Saturday, Sunday stuff. But what we do need to win for is the fact that we're trying to host regionals. We're trying to host super regionals, and so that's a really big deal. And so the tournament is one thing. What's in front of the Ducks is another, and what's in front of the Ducks right now is the fact that we got a chance to host and be a national seed, and that means we need to win today, so it is a must-win.
You read my mind, actually. That was how I was going to end this conversation with you, Waz. Just some keys to success with all that in mind. It is the start of postseason. You're supposed to just keep winning when you're in postseason.
Yeah, and I don't think these guys are in the mood to change anything like that. These guys have really come together. The locker room groove is really a good one. The mood around the clubhouse is really a good one. It seems like guys have trended in a positive direction with a couple of days with rest. It's been beneficial. Fans, you may not know this, but we've had some guys banged up, and you might not know it, and that's good. You don't need to know everything. So, nevertheless, we feel good about where we're at. We're looking forward to getting back on that ball field. It's been a few days, and playing again.
Thanks, Waz. Go get them.
Appreciate it. Go Ducks.
Mark Wasikowski with us on the Toyota Coaches Corner. Toyota, let's go places. It is the OCCU pregame show. Every Oregon baseball pregame show is brought to you by OCCU. Duck fans get more for the things they care about with remarkable checking and the Duck debit card. More for the game, more for gear, more for a bright future. Learn more at myoccu.org/getduckdebit. And just to unpack that from Coach Wasikowski there for a moment. So I was talking earlier about how earlier today we already knew that UCLA and Iowa were advancing, and then the results today with Penn State beating USC in the game right before this one. Penn State, we already know, is advancing. So the way the tournament is scheduled, it becomes a little quirky where Coach Waz is right. In this game between Oregon and Michigan State, even if the Spartans win, cannot advance because Nebraska or Oregon will be the pool winner. That's just the way the tournament is set up. And with the result between those 2 lower-seeded teams in Oregon's pool, the game today between Oregon and Michigan State for the Big Ten tournament doesn't have huge ramifications, doesn't have any ramifications for the Big Ten tournament advancement. However, Oregon right now, as we begin this game and as I'm speaking to you, the Ducks are number 14 in the RPI, according to WarrenNolan.com. Why does that matter? Well, UCLA actually, with some victories, has moved up 3 spots. They're up to number 12 in the RPI right now. That means that the Bruins are in the conversation, just like the Ducks, to be a host on the West Coast, not just for a regional. The top 16 teams will all be regional hosts, but for super regionals and a national seed, as we refer to them, you want to be in the top 8. Well, in order to be in the top 8, you got to have a resume worthy of being in the top 8. There's a lot of teams, if you look just at the RPI from the SEC and a couple from the ACC, that are above the Ducks in the RPI right now. But if Oregon can continue to stack wins, the Ducks have won 10 straight. They're 41-13 overall. I think you feel pretty darn good about it. But the point I think that Coach Wasikowski is making is you don't want to leave anything in the hands of the committee. That's what the Ducks are hoping for by getting some more wins here in Omaha. 4 of them, and the Ducks will be the Big Ten tournament champions. Add another trophy to the trophy case that the Ducks have already added to with the regular season title that they won with that series victory over Iowa. The Ducks have put together one heck of a season, and now it is a new season in postseason, a chance to add to it with the Big Ten conference tournament title on the line. We'll get a timeout, come back. Our national anthem still on the way. Also your Safeway starting lineups as we get ready for the Ducks and the Spartans of Michigan State. Keep it here on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
Wherever you are in life, once a duck, always a duck. That's OCCU. Since 1956, OCCU has helped the University of Oregon community take flight financially, like our remarkable checking and duck debit card that give Duck fans more for the things they care about, more for the game, more for gear, more for a bright future. Earn interest, show your Duck devotion, and start earning more today. Learn more at myoccu.org/getduckdebit.
Right now at Les Schwab Tires, it's the Best for Less sales event. Save up to $120 instantly on a set of 4 tires. Choose from a wide selection of some of our longest-lasting, best-performing tires. Plus, you'll get America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. Just another way you'll get more from less. Stop by a store or shop online at leschwab.com. Limited time offer while supplies last. See leschwab.com/sale for details.
What's up, sandwich heads? Today on Steve-O's Sandwich Reviews, we've got the tips and tricks to the best sandwich order. And it all starts with this little guy right here. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Yeah, add the crisp, refreshing taste of Pepsi Zero Sugar and cue the fireworks. Lunch, dinner, or late night, it'll be a sandwich worth celebrating. Every bite is better with Pepsi.
Pepsi is proudly distributed by locally owned Bigfoot Beverages. Go Ducks, drink.
And 2 strikes. That one came in at 87 miles an hour. Chase Megger's doing the catching for the Ducks in those black uniforms with Oregon in yellow across the chest. Black cap with the yellow O on the front. 2-ball, 2-strike toss. Lifted in the air toward left center. Pretty well struck. Bounces in between the outfielders. Neville cuts it off before the warning track. Center fielder throws it into the second base bag. And after getting ahead 0-2, Omlot throws a 2-2 pitch that gets hit to left center. Ryan McKay has a leadoff double for the Spartans. Randy Seymour now coming up.
Third baseman, number 35, Randy Seymour.
Chase Megger's in the squat, and then Jacob Walsh playing first base. Ryan Cooney at second. Carter Garade at third. Maddox Maloney at shortstop. Anson Arrows, Mason Neville, Drew Smith from left to right in the outfield for Mark Wasikowski's Ducks. Runner at second. First pitch swinging, lifted in the air toward right center. Toward the gap, Drew Smith, the right fielder, makes the catch for out number 1. Runner tags and advances to third. One out, and now Sam Bush, the first baseman, will try to lift one to the outfield and score a run for the Spartans here in the first inning. Seymour aggressive early. Starting lineups are brought to you by Safeway, the official grocer of the Ducks. Sam Bush, first pitch swinging, lifts one in the air toward left. Underneath it, Arrows makes the catch. Runners tagging. Throw is up the line. No play at the plate. Sacrifice fly plates a runner for the Spartans. 2 away in the first. It's 1-0 Michigan State. Ball wasn't hit terribly deep. Arrows put some good mustard on it, but the throw was a bit offline.
Number 21, Taylor Berry.
Caleb Berry, the catcher, settles into the right-handed box. First pitch swinging, hits one to Arrows, who goes in, now goes back and is able to make the catch. Line drive off the bat. Anson Arrows ultimately able to make the catch. A run comes in on a hit, no errors, and nobody left on. Michigan State with an early 1-0 lead. The Ducks to the plate for the first time in the postseason when we come back on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
With a great selection of new Toyotas, everyone knows your summer starts here at your Toyota dealer, even your pet parrot.
Right, the summer starts here.
Well said.
Dealer inventory may vary. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Event ends June 2nd.
Toyota, let's go places.
Before the 7th inning stretch turned into a walk-off home run, and before cheering for opposing teams turned into unexpected friendships, someone had to bring the 6-pack of Kona Big Wave. Kona Big Wave, bring the aloha. Copyright 2024 Kona Brewing Co., St. Louis, Missouri. 21 plus. Enjoy responsibly.
If you know your party's extension, press or say 1. To leave a message in our company mailbox, press or say 2. Spoiler alert, it will be full.
Representative.
Would you speak to your mother in that tone?
Speak to a real human being.
You shouldn't need to shout into the void to get your health insurance questions answered.
Pacific Source Health Plans. This is a real person. How can I help you?
Human service, not automated phone trees.
One
1-0 Michigan State with the advantage as we head to the home half of the first inning. The Ducks will send Mason DeVille to the plate to lead things off. The center fielder will be followed by Dominic Hellman, the designated hitter, and then Jacob Walsh, the first baseman. Drew Smith, the right fielder, cleans it up. Anson Arrows in left bats 5th. Maddox Maloney, the shortstop, 6th. Chase Meggers, the catcher, 7th. Ryan Cooney, the second baseman, 8th. And Carter Garate, the third baseman for the Ducks, rounds out the Safeway starting lineup. Safeway is the official grocer of the Oregon Ducks. Big Ten tournament, game 2 for Michigan State. Starter will be number 41, Nolan Higgins, a junior right-hander with a 6.94 ERA, a 3-6 record in 14 appearances. All of those are starts. He's thrown 59 2/3 innings, including a few against the Ducks this year. 67 hits allowed, 53 runs, 46 earned. Higgins has walked 35, struck out 38. Opponents bat .283 against the right-hander, Nolan Higgins. Stands at 6'4", 203 pounds. First pitch delivered to Mason DeVille outside the zone, 1-0. DeVille batting .302 on the season. Pitch, high. 2 balls and no strikes. Led the regular season in home runs in the entire country. Next pitch to him is in the zone. 2 balls and a strike now to the Ducks center fielder. DeVille DH'd in the series at Michigan State a few weeks back. Swings and hits this pitch toward center field, a clean base hit for Mason DeVille. And DeVille did not have a hit against Higgins when the two squared off on the 4th of this month in East Lansing. Now Dominic Hellman with Neville getting his lead from first base. Caleb Berry doing the catching for the Spartans. Sam Bush at first, Ryan McKay playing second, Randy Seymour the third baseman, and Dayton Murphy at shortstop. Dominic Hellman looks at a pitch down low. 1 ball and no strikes. Nick Williams in left, JT Sokolov in center, and Parker Pico in right field for Michigan State. Next pitch to Hellman, down and away. 2 balls and no strikes to the 3-0-4 hitter. Spartans are in their green tops with Spartans written in white across the chest, white numerals on the back. Green cap and the gray pants for Michigan State. Hellman takes low. 3 balls and no strikes. 6 doubles, 12 home runs on the year for Dominic Hellman. 3-0 pitch. Taken inside. That's ball 4 to Dominic Hellman. Ducks trailing 1-0 and have 2 men on to start the first inning.
First baseman, number 25, Jacob
In steps
Walsh.
Jacob Walsh. First team All Big Ten member. Holds the Oregon career records for home runs, runs batted in, and multi-RBI games. Takes the first pitch around the letters for a strike. Next pitch, Walsh fouls it to the netting. Again, Berry, Bush, McKay, Seymour, Murphy, Williams, Sokolov, Pico, 2 through 9 defensively on the diamond. Two on for Walsh. Next pitch, low, 93 miles an hour. One ball and 2 strikes. Walsh swings through the next offering, and he goes down Hackett. 1 away for Oregon. Still a runner in scoring position. Neville at second, and Hellman behind him at first. Drew Smith, the Oregon cleanup hitter, settling in. 327 average. Smith hits 500 on the year with runners in scoring position. Pickoff to second base, rolls away into shallow right. Neville will advance to third. Errant pickoff puts runners at the corners now. Hellman getting his lead from first, Neville away from third. Delivery is fouled over to our right. Broadcast location on the first base side of home plate. Press level is atop the second deck here at Charles Schwab Field in Omaha. Down on the count 0-1. Smith looks at one inside, turning the count in his favor. 1 ball and 1 strike. Runners at the corners. Smith showing bunt, puts one down toward the first baseman, charging glove flip to the plate. Nice defensive play. Retires Mason Neville. Spartans record an out at the dish, the second of the inning. Smith put down a bunt toward the right side. Bush charged, made a glove flip to the catcher. Neville retired at the plate. Oregon now with runners at first and second. Ansoneros settles in with 2 down, fouls off the first pitch. 0-1 to the 261 hitter. Hellman, the lead runner. Spartan right-hander checks him, now delivers a fastball past the bat of Arrows. Arrows down in the count, no balls, 2 strikes. With 2 on, Oregon trailing by 1 in the bottom of the first. Hits this one, though. It's trouble down the left side and to the left field wall. Hellman's in. Marcus Hinkle will send in another. Smith scores. Ansoneros comes through. A 2 RBI double for number 77. Ducks take the lead 2-1. Ducks have a potential run cut down at the plate. Ansoneros comes through.
The shortstop, number 9, Maddox Maloney.
8th double of the season for Ansoneros, and he's now eclipsed 50 RBI on the season. Knocked in number 50 and number 51 there. Maddox Maloney hits the first pitch he sees on the ground to the third baseman. Scoop, throw, in time. Maloney retired on the 5-3 putout, but the Ducks do take the lead. After Michigan State scores 1 in the top half, the Ducks score 2 in the bottom half of the first inning. A couple of runs on a couple of hits and air, and a runner left aboard. Oregon leading 2-1 as we head to the second frame on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
August was born 3 pounds, 9.8 ounces. When I first saw him, it was a whole range of emotions. There's stuff I still want to do. Being a young dad, it's not giving up. It's shifting. I look through his eyes. I can envision a whole future with him already. To throw the first football to him, give him ice cream for the first time. My life is now devoted to his life.
Through all of fatherhood's firsts, never stop being a dad. Visit fatherhood.gov to hear more. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
You took the first step and quit smoking, but even former smokers may still be at risk for lung cancer. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know about a new low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early. It takes only 60 seconds and could save your life. You took the first step, now take the next. Visit SaveByTheScan.org for a simple quiz to see if you're eligible and talk to your doctor about screening. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
I want you to know.
2-1 Ducks. Game 1 for Oregon here in the Big Ten tournament. This is officially the 9th game of the tournament. Oregon as the 1 seed. Got to watch everyone else in action the first 2 days of the tournament. Now playing tonight, and the Ducks will play at 4 o'clock Pacific time tomorrow against Nebraska. And I'd imagine there's going to be a lot of red in the stands when Nebraska is here. A little less than an hour away. Lincoln, Nebraska, the campus of the University of Nebraska. Nick Williams leading it off. He swings through the first pitch against Ian Umlaut. Went to the off speed at 82 miles an hour. 0-1 to Williams. 5, 6, and 7 to the plate for the Spartans here. Williams, a senior, batting .267. Dug into that right box with his bat above his right shoulder. He takes off the dish from Umlaut. 10 doubles, 2 triples, and 5 home runs. Next pitch. Hit back up the middle and past the diving shortstop Maddox Maloney. Off speed at 79 miles an hour. Williams put it back up the middle. A leadoff single for Michigan State in front of the right fielder, Parker Pico.
The right fielder, number 13, Parker Pico.
With a .261 batting average, he gets on at a .315 rate. Umlaut looking for a double play ball here. First pitch is delivered in the zone for a strike. Umlaut sets at the belt, offers. Ground ball up the left side and foul. Works ahead 0-2 on that delivery around the hands of the hitter, Pico. He bats .264 with runners aboard. Williams leading off the inning with a single. Getting his lead from first base with Walsh holding him on. The 0-2 delivery is too tall. 1 ball and 2 strikes after a high fastball. Umlaut tried to get the hitter to chase, and he did not. Next pitch, high fastball again, and this time strike 3. Pico goes after it, can't connect. 1 gone in the second inning. That brings up the designated hitter, Will Shannon. That was just above the letters from Umlaut. Pretty good pitch. Got the chase on the high cheddar. Checking that runner at first. Now the delivery to Shannon's inside. Shannon batting .278. 4 home runs this year in 72 at-bats. He's played more in his senior season here down the stretch. Throw over to first, check on the runner. Williams retreats back. Umlaut gets the call, sets the belt. 1-0 home. Just missed inside. Digging in. Ahead in the count, Shannon waits. Umlaut fires a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike with 1 out. Ducks ahead by 1 in the second. Umlaut sets, kicks, and fires. Strike 2. 77 miles an hour, and he caught the outer edge of the strike zone. Count even at 2 apiece. Umlaut fires over to first. Back in, standing up, Williams. Williams is 8 for 10 stealing bases on the season. Umlaut sets. 2-2 home. Just missed away. Duck catcher Meggers tried to frame it. Didn't quite get the call on the outside corner. A bit off the dish. Now Umlaut with a slow throw over to first to check the runner. Full count with 1 away. Umlaut over to first. Runner back in. Been keeping an eye on Williams, and now in a 3-2 count with 1 out. Bit more likely he gets a head start with the Ducks leading 2-1. Does not go as the pitch is grounded toward the middle of the diamond. Cooney fields it. Second baseman steps on the bag and throws to first for the double play. 3-2 pitch, a good one. Was just off the plate. Shannon had to poke it to stay alive, and it ends up an inning-ending double play. No runs on hit, no errors. Nobody left aboard as Ian Umlaut erases that leadoff hit with the double play. To the bottom of the second here in Omaha. It's the Ducks 2 and the Spartans 1 on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
Count on Oregon Mutual Insurance, a proud sponsor of the Oregon Ducks home team, for your business, vineyard, farm, or ranch insurance needs. If you are a small or large business owner, winery, farmer, or rancher looking to make an insurance carrier change, Oregon Mutual and Oregon Mutual's network of independent agents will work with you to devise a policy that fits your business or farm operations. Visit ormutual.com to learn more.
Save a cartload of time with Safeway Drive Up and Go. Shop online at Safeway.com. Head to the store and we'll bring your groceries right to your car. Everything you need, from milk, eggs, fresh meat, and produce, and much more. Delivered right to your car. No need to leave the car or stand in line. And the best part, your groceries will be ready for pickup in just a few hours. Shop, drive up, and go at Safeway.com.
Oregon Baseball is brought to you by our friends at Pacific Source Health Plans. With health plans for individuals, families, employers, and Medicare eligibles, Pacific Source does what's right, not just what's required.
Leading off the top at the bottom of the second inning for Oregon.
Bottom two, Ducks send 7-8-9 to the plate here against the Spartans right-hander, Nolan Higgins. Will wind up and deliver to Chase Meggers, then Ryan Cooney and Carter Garate here. Delivery to Meggers. Shows bunt, pulls back, it's outside the zone. Just missed up and away from Higgins. An ERA now just over 7 after the Ducks plated 2 against him in the first. Meggers takes the next offering to get ahead in the count 2-0. Meggers a .256 hitter. .296 on base percentage. Pretty straight up defense against him with the third baseman playing in a few steps. Meggers takes ball 3. .3-0. The pitch in the zone. Meggers takes a fastball at 92. 3 balls and 1 strike. Meggers looking for a leadoff hit as he fouls this one just over the netting back into the stand. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Meggers trying to get aboard. Ducks looking for a leadoff base runner. Payoff. Up and away. Meggers heads to first base, earning a walk in that plate appearance. Gets Ryan Cooney aboard, or I should say to the plate with a man aboard. Bottom 2, Ducks ahead 2-1. Ryan Cooney, the sophomore, batting .341. He shows bunt, pulls it back as the delivery catches the top of the zone. He's squaring around again with a runner at first. Slash hits it in the air toward shallow left. Coming in, making the catch. Williams puts it away. Made contact on the slash. Ball hung in the air long enough for Williams to make the catch. 1 away for the Ducks in the bottom of the second.
Third baseman, number 3,
Carter Garate now. Garate's coming off a heck of a weekend against Iowa. His average increased to .271 as part of that 3-game sweep to end the regular season. He takes away to begin the at-bat. 1 ball and no strikes. Was 4 for 10 with 3 home runs, including his second grand slam of the season. He knocked in 9 in the series against the Hawkeyes. Shows bunt here and pulls back as the pitch misses away, 2-0. He's also been Mr. Consistent. Has started in 112 straight games now. Garate hits one toward the first baseman as the runner was in motion. First baseman steps on the bag. That retires Garate, but Magers was in motion and he got to second base before the Spartans could get him there. Garate hit it pretty well. Bush stabbed it, stepped on the bag. Ducks have a runner in scoring position for Mason DeVille. And a visit on the hill coming for Michigan State. Possible that the plan was for Higgins just to go once through the order and then hand it to the pen. With 2 down and a runner on here in the second, Ducks are going to see a new pitcher out of the bullpen for the Spartans. Mason DeVille will hit with Chase Magers at second base when we come back on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
Uh-oh, Brad's buzzed.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's...
Ducks. JT Sokolov leads it off, then Dayton Murphy, and back to the top of the order in Ryan McKay. Nolan Higgins relieved by George Vibrock, who throws 1 pitch and gets out of the inning. Nolan Higgins' final line, 1 2/3. Gives up 2 hits and 2 runs to the Ducks. He walked 2 and struck out 1. Umlaut against Sokolov here. Takes the first pitch down. Bit off the dish. 1-0. Grotti playing in at third. Umlaut deals, and it misses. 2 balls and no strikes. Number 8 hitter working ahead with a .253 average on the season. Umlaut's pitch hits him. Sokolov goes down to first base. Brings up the number 9 hitter. Umlaut ended the last inning with double play. We'll look for one early in this inning now. Dayton Murphy, the 9 hitter in the Spartan order, steps up with the Ducks leading 2-1 in the top of the third. First pitch is a bunt show. He pops it up, and it goes straight back out of play. Digging into the righty box. Murphy waits as Umlaut throws over to first. Checking on Sokolov, who does have some good speed. He's 15 for 19 stealing bases this season. One of 2 Spartans with double-digit steals. Bunt shown, pulled back. Delivery is a bit low. Emphasis on a bit low. Not down by much. Next pitch, bunted, foul. Murphy hitting .193 on the season. The freshman has been in the lineup for the Spartans much more at the end of the season. kind of began actually in the series that the Ducks won in East Lansing. Murphy started playing a lot more. He's got 83 at-bats on the season, 16 hits. Umlaut deals, bunt show, pulled back, and it just misses around the letters. Woo! Evens the count. Now 2-2. Delivery, bunt put down, and it rolls foul. That should be strike 3. As Murphy can't get one down, he'll head back to the dugout.
Second baseman.
Sokolov still at first base with Ryan McKay coming up. So Umlaut battles back after getting down. Lefty-lefty matchup. Throw over to first sends the runner back. Umlaut got ahead of Ryan McKay in the first inning, 0-2. McKay battled back to make it 2-2 and then doubled to lead off the game. Came around to score the lone run that's on the scoreboard for the Spartans. Sam Bush knocked him in with a sac fly. Now McKay looks at a pitch too low here. Starts the at-bat. Ahead, 1 ball and no strikes. Next pitch is grounded toward the first baseman. Walsh backhands it, but the umpire calls it just foul. Jacob Walsh made a nice play. Umpire was right on top of it. Dave Condon put his hands in the air, signaled it was foul. Umlaut comes set. Now offers to the dish. Just a bit low. Right below the knees of McKay. Now 2-1 to the leadoff hitter in the Spartan order. That double earlier today upped his average to .324. Next pitch is grounded toward the Michigan State dugout, first base side. 2-2. Ducks ahead 2-1 in the top of the third inning. Umlaut kicks to the dish. Ground ball right side, ranging to his left. Cooney makes a tough throw and throws it over the covering shortstop into left field. Went for the double play as his momentum carried him toward first base. Threw it over the head of his teammate Maloney. I think if Ryan could do that again, he might just take the out at first base. McKay aboard and Sokolov into scoring position on a fielder's choice and an error. Each team has committed an error now in the game. Top of the third inning, Michigan State threatening with the middle of the order coming up. Here's Randy Seymour. Umlaut fires. Too far inside. Seymour flew out to the right fielder in the first inning. .272 overall hitter. The junior hits one off the end of his bat, ramps off the mound. Cooney fields it, throws to Maloney, now to first base, not quite in time. That ball got redirected after it bounced off the mound. Cooney kept it in the infield, stabbing it out of the air. Had some English on it on a hop. He was able to retire McKay on the toss. Seymour aboard on the fielder's choice. Sokolov advancing to third with 2 away. Tying run at third base with Sam Bush, the 3-hitter for the Spartans coming up. Bush hit a sacrifice fly in the first inning. Takes the first pitch. Good one on the inside corner at 78 miles an hour. Each team with 2 hits, each team with 1 error. Ducks leading where it counts 2-1. Bush hitting .289. He'll wait for the next pitch as Umlaut throws over to first base. Seymour gets back in. Seymour with 9 steals this year has been caught twice. Pitch comes home, fouled straight down on the plate. Rolled toward the pitcher's mound, but called foul by the home plate umpire immediately. Josh Eppes was on top of it. Getting ahead 0-2. Umlaut trying to get out of the top of the third inning. Seymour gets his lead from first. Sokolov away from third. The pitch. Low and away. 87-mile-an-hour delivery. Bush able to lay off. 1 ball and 2 strikes now. Bush has knocked in 62 runs this year. Hits .426 with runners in scoring position. Next pitch. Swing and a miss. Umlaut got him. Bush strikes out for out number 3. Umlaut works around the error. No runs come in on no hits, and 2 runners are left aboard. Leadoff hit batter and an error in the inning. Ducks still throw a 0 on the scoreboard in the top of the third. Bottom of the third inning when we come back to Omaha. Ducks leading Michigan State 2-1 on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
Put your phone on D&D. That means do not disturb when you're driving. And when you're going from point A to B, I need you to stay safe, please, so always sing with me. So put your phone on D&D. That means do not disturb when you're driving. And when you're going from point A to B, I need you to stay safe, please, so always remember this beat.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Babes, what are you doing?
What? I'm just mowing the lawn.
No, it's blazing hot and dry out here. Don't you remember? Smokey Bear says,
avoid using power equipment when it's windy or dry.
Where'd you learn this?
Oh, it's on
SmokeyBear.com with many other wildfire prevention tips.
Right. Thanks, honey bear.
Because remember, only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Sponsored by Pepsi, distributed by locally owned Bigfoot Beverages, proud supporters of the Oregon Ducks. Go Ducks! Drink Pepsi. Glad that we can continue to support Ashley Gentry's caffeination back in the OSN studio. George Vibrock is back to the hill for Michigan State. He threw 1 pitch in the second inning. He got Mason DeVille to fly out to right field. Now the lefty will face Hellman, a righty, Walsh, a lefty, and Smith, a righty. 2, 3, 4 in Oregon's batting order. Hellman batting .304 on the season, a .410 on base percentage. He walked and scored a run in the first inning. Hellman takes a first pitch low. Blocked by the catcher Barry behind the plate. Ahead 1-0. Hellman. Big swing, and The backswing hit the catcher. Hellman, good sport, immediately checked on his counterpart there. Now the home plate umpire, Josh Shepis, cleaning off the plate, gives the catcher a chance to catch his breath. The follow-through from Hellman made contact with the catcher. Looks like Barry's okay. Ready to go. 3 infielders playing on the left side of second base against Hellman. The offering just a touch low. Now Hellman settling back in. 2 balls and 1 strike. 12 home runs this year. Hellman can rip it. Vibrock gets him to ground it, but Hellman hits it so hard it goes right through that small 5-6 hole. Again, 3 infielders on the left side. He somehow snuck that one right between Seymour and Murphy. Well, you know why he snuck it between Seymour and Murphy? It went 110 miles an hour off his bat. Smash that one on the ground for the Ducks' 3rd hit, and it gets Jacob Walsh up, with the Ducks leading 2-1, and a man aboard in the bottom of the 3rd inning. I'll tell you, Hellman at times just hits it so hard, doesn't matter where the defense is. Walsh swings through a high fastball to start the at-bat. Walsh 0 for 1 today. He struck out swinging in the 1st inning. Runner at first. Vibrock delivers. Walsh takes in the dirt. Nice block back there by Barry to keep Hellman at first base. Dominic Hellman on the season, 1 for 1, stealing bases. He has scored 42 runs this year, Hellman has. Walsh swings at the next offering and fouls one to the stands. Backspun over the netting, protecting the fans behind home plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes now. Vibrock sets, checks to first base, delivers home. Walsh fouls one away in the air to the left side. Up into the second deck here at Charles Schwab Field in Omaha. The way the ballpark's configured, it's 335 down each line, 375 to each gap, and 408 to dead center. Another 1-2. Walsh strikes out swinging. That one tied him up a bit. Up and in. Fastball. Actually, that might have been, I think, an off-speeder at 79 miles an hour. And Walsh just couldn't connect with it. He got a little tied up on one that was up and in. Hellman still at first base with 1 out for Drew Smith now. The bullpen for the team in the third base dugout, beyond the left field fence. Mirror image and right as Smith swings through the first pitch. Michigan State's bullpen beyond the right field fence. They got bleachers in the outfield. The way the fence is configured here in Omaha, some big gaps. Drew Smith looks at a breaking ball at the letters. Caught the top of the zone at 74 miles an hour. 0-2 to Oregon's right fielder. Smith hit into a fielder's choice on a bunt in the first, later scored a run. Takes outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the 323 hitter. They've got a pitch clock located in center field and toward the right center gap. Built into the wall here. Next pitch to Smith is up and away. 2-2 to the Oregon veteran. Smith has homered a couple times this year. Has walked more than he struck out on the season. 2-2 home. Smith pulls it, and it's into the stands up the left side. Bounces off a seat and toward the left fielder, where Williams will pick it up and throw it to a fan. Flock of kids running after it. One tried to jump over a couple rows. Another went up the main stairs, was able to get to the ball first. Tactical route. 2-2 Smith fouls one over to our right in the second deck. Staying alive. This is part of what I'm talking about with Smith. He just spoils pitches, stays alive. Really consistent season. How about this? 20 runs, 20 RBI, 21 strikeouts, 22 walks for Drew Smith coming into this at bat. Runner at first with Oregon ahead 2-1 in the bottom of the third. Pitch home. High and tight. Good leave by Drew Smith. Doesn't chase it. 3 balls and 2 strikes. A full count now to Oregon's cleanup hitter. Trying to get Ansoneros to the plate with a runner in scoring position. Vibrock's payoff. Smith fouls it to the netting. Went to the breaking ball at 74 miles an hour. That was a good one. On the outside corner to the right-handed hitter. Smith, a good job to spoil it. Vibrock with another payoff. Smith skies one. Right side, near the first base bag. In foul territory behind that first base bag. Bush makes the catch. Battle won by the Michigan State lefty Vibrock. Smith spoiled a few pitches, battled to 3-2. Fouls out.
Left fielder, number 77, Anson.
2 away for Ansoneros. The leadoff hit from Dominic Hellman still has him sitting at first base. Ducks ahead by 1 in the bottom of the third. Arrows. 1 for 1 today. Looks at strike 1. Right down the middle to the 265 hitter. Arrows doubled to left in the first. Knocked in Oregon's first 2 runs of this game. Ducks leading 2-1 now in the bottom of the third. Delivery to the switch hitter. Fouled off. Straight back. No balls and 2 strikes. The cheers that you're hearing are for Michigan State's young bat boy, who did a nice job running down that foul ball. Fans cheered for him, and he tipped his helmet. Oh, 0-2 to Arrows. Ground ball, foul left side. Kid's got to be, what do you think, Todd? Like 6 maybe was my guess. Todd said 5 or 6. Pretty funny to tip the helmet after running after the foul ball. 0-2 again, coming into Ansoneros. Ripped on the ground through the 5-6 hole. Very similar to Dominic Hellman's hit that led off this inning. That one went 104 off the bat of Ansoneros. Ducks have 2 men on, 2 hits in the inning, sandwiching a foul out and a strikeout. Here's Maddox Maloney. Maloney hitting .307 on the season, .274 with runners in scoring position. Looking to knock in a run for the Ducks. Shortstop shifted over toward the left a bit. Maloney swings and pops up the first pitch in front of us, foul. Perfect game named Maddox Maloney, a third-team midseason All-American. And he was a third-team All-Big Ten selection at the end of the regular season. Rips the 0-1 pitch toward the right field foul pole, but foul. A little late on the trigger from Maddox Maloney, and he's down in the count 0-2 here. He's got power, has left the yard 15 times this season. 2 on. Delivery here, hit in the air to right. Playable for Pico. He settles under it and squeezes out number 3. Maloney flies out. Ducks get a couple of hits through the left side. Strand both of them. No runs on 2 hits, no errors, 2 runners left aboard. We're a third of the way through, and the Ducks lead Michigan State 2-1 on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
With a great selection of new Toyotas, everyone knows your summer starts here at your Toyota dealer, even your pet parrot.
Right, the summer starts here.
Well said.
Dealer inventory may vary. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Event ends June 2nd.
Toyota, let's go places.
Save a cartload of time with Safeway Drive Up and Go. Shop online at Safeway.com. Head to the store and we'll bring your groceries right to your car. Everything you need, from milk, eggs, fresh meat, and produce, and much more. Delivered right to your car. No need to leave the car or stand in line. And the best part, your groceries will be ready for pickup in just a few hours. Shop, drive up, and go at Safeway.com.
With a great selection of new Toyotas, everyone knows your summer starts here at your Toyota dealer, even your pet parrot.
Right, the summer starts here.
Well said.
Dealer inventory may vary. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Event ends June 2nd.
Toyota, let's go places.
Ducks in front 2-1. I'm Joey Mack here in Omaha for the Big Ten Baseball Tournament. Oregon Baseball is sponsored by our friends at Toyota. Let's go places. Thanks to all of our sponsors for continuing with us into the postseason, making these postseason broadcasts possible. Humboldt faces the middle third of the Michigan State batting order. Caleb Berry, Nick Williams, and Parker Pico.
The catcher, number 31, Caleb Berry.
Berry's got 16 extra base hits this year. A 301 overall hitter. Sun's starting to go down here in Omaha. Getting past 6 o'clock local time. First pitch is swung on and fouled. Almost to the point where both the mound and home plate are in a shadow. Shadow from the ballpark's roof and overhang as the sun goes down behind us. Here a bit up the first base line. That shadow's creeping toward the rubber, where Umlant comes set for the 0-1 delivery. Too tall. Bit outside as well to the 301 hitting righty. Berry gets on base at a 380 rate. Flew out to left field to end the first inning in his first at-bat against the Oregon lefty. Hits this pitch in the air towards center field. Coming in a few steps, Mason DeVille puts it away. Nick Williams, single to lead off the second. He comes up next.
Left fielder, number 10, Nick Williams.
Nick Williams didn't play in the first game against Oregon in that 3-game series in East Lansing. But then he played in the next 2, and he was good against the Ducks. Righty looks at strike 1 here. He went 4 for 8. Was the 5-hitter in Game 2 and Game 3 against the Spartans. Or for the Spartans, I should say, against the Ducks. He reaches for this pitch and hits one toward the right field foul pole, running toward the corner. In the corner. Did he make the catch? He did! Drew Smith ran it down, made the play. He ran behind the stands from our perspective and in the corner was able to put it away. Caught it in foul territory, crashed into the fence. Nice play, Drew Smith. one of the better foul outs that you're going to write down in your scorebook. Now Parker Pico, 2 down and the base is empty. Looks at a strike right on the black on the outside corner to the righty. Not a routine foul out for Drew Smith there. Well done by the once upon a time infielder. Now Pico swings through the next offering. He can't connect. Umlaut working ahead, 0-2. That was the 44th pitch. 47th pitch of Umlaut's outing, if I could do some math. Delivery outside the zone here, a bit low. Pico singled. He struck out swinging in the second inning after that Williams single. Umlaut deals. Fouled. Near us, bounces off the front of the second deck. Down into the stands for a souvenir. Umlaut working ahead to the 259 hitter. Kicks home. Up and away. Off the dish. Good take by the Spartan right-hander. Umlaut trying to work with a little tempo here. 2-2 home. Got him swinging. 1-2-3 inning. Ian Umlaut settling in. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left. That's what you love to see from Ian Umlaut. Sends us to the bottom of the 4th inning with Oregon leading 2-1 here in Omaha on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
Ma, is this how you feed a hamster?
I think so.
Is my homework right?
I think so.
Is, this milk still good?
I think so.
When it comes to parenting, sometimes it's okay to think you know. But when it's something as important as your child's car seat, don't just think. Know. Double check if your child is in the right seat for their age and size. It'll help protect them in a car crash. Don't just think. Know by visiting nhtsa.gov/the right seat. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Ducks ahead 2-1 here in the middle of the 4th inning, getting ready for the bottom of the 4th frame. Ducks have the bottom third of the batting order coming up. Chase Meggers, Ryan Cooney, and Carter Garrotti. Ducks are out hitting Michigan State 4-2 here tonight. Each team has committed an error. Second out of the top of the 4th inning was one heck of a grab by Drew Smith. Ranged into the limited foul territory in the right field corner. The way this stadium is configured, it's a fair amount of foul territory behind home plate. A circular design that rounds toward each foul line. And then the corners are only about 6 feet or so wide as Chase Meggers looks at strike one. I'd say about the final 15 to 20 feet in that corner are only about 6 feet wide as the fence, after rounding toward the line, goes parallel to the line into the corner near the foul pole. And Smith needed every bit of that space to make that catch. Next pitch to Meggers was a strike. Now the 0-2 is bounced in to make it 1 ball and 2 strikes. I'd say a ballpark that has a good amount of foul territory, but then you get in those corners and it's tight. near the foul poles. 1-2 to Meggers, batting .256 on the season. Hit in the air toward left, slicing away from the left fielder, but Williams is able to track it down. One gone. Now Ryan Cooney up, reigning Big Ten Player of the Week.
Number 12, Ryan Cooney.
Cooney digs into the right-handed box, touches the plate twice, brings both hands on the bat as he rests it on his right shoulder. Vibrock setting with the bases empty. The lefty fires up and away, just outside to Ryan Cooney, batting .339 on the season. Vibrock, the second pitcher used by the Spartans. Starter Higgins faced each Duck in the starting 9 once. Now the delivery to Cooney is low. Cooney 0 for 1. He flew out to left field in the second inning. Waits for Vibrock, delivering outside. Easy take for Cooney there to run the count to 3-0. Wouldn't surprise me if the Spartans in this game will go by committee purposefully as Vibrock deals to Cooney in the zone. They do have a right-hander in the bullpen, and he appears ready beyond the right field fence. Wouldn't surprise me if the Spartans will staff it as Cooney takes above the letters. A close one, but ruled a ball. The fourth of the plate appearance. Cooney trots to first base.
Third baseman.
Spartans are 28-26 overall. They went 13-17 in Big Ten play, and with the result against Nebraska, Spartans can't advance in this Big Ten tournament. Michigan State doesn't have a resume, at least in my opinion, worthy of an NCAA regional berth. This is likely the last game for the Spartans, with Carter Garrotti waiting. Ball's bounced in. Duck third baseman works ahead 1-0. So with that in mind, maybe the Spartans will just get a lot of different pitchers in. Vibrock, the left-hander, sets. Throws over to first. Head first slide. Cooney's back in safe. Cooney is a threat on the base paths. 14 stolen bases on the season. He's only been caught 3 times. Lefty versus lefty. Garrotti takes. That one just missed away. Two 2-0. Next pitch, Cooney's running. Garrotti takes inside, throw down to second base. Foot first slide, not in time. Ryan Cooney swipes second base. Ducks have a runner in scoring position. Pitch called a ball. It's 3-0 to Carter Garrotti. Ducks trying to add to the 2-1 lead in the bottom of the fourth. Garrotti wiggles his bat. Now waits. Pitch down and in. Back-to-back walks. Mason DeVille scheduled. Third baseman Randy Seymour jogs over to the mound, talking things over with Vibrock. That right-hander for the Spartans still throwing in the pen. Looks ready. Spartans will stick with Vibrock. A lefty-lefty matchup here. Mason DeVille digging in for the third time today. He's 1 for 2. Singled in the first, flew out in the second. That second at bat was against Vibrock. Delivery to Mason DeVille around the knees, called a ball. 1-0 to the nation's leader in home runs. Throw to second base. Cooney gets back in. Murphy, the shortstop, playing on the first base side and holding the runner. A lot of room at the traditional shortstop position for Mason DeVille to try to rip one into the outfield. Pitch on the way. At the knees, called a strike, 73 miles an hour. Evens the count to Oregon's center fielder. DeVille takes in the zone. Another off-speed 73-mile-an-hour delivery. DeVille behind in the count, 1-2. 16 doubles, 26 home runs this year. Swings at the next offering and skies one. Middle of the diamond. It will be the shortstop Murphy putting it away as he backtracks. That ball back spun on him. DeVille pops out between second base and the mound.
Number 45.
It's up to Dominic Hellman with a runner in scoring position. Bottom of the fourth. Ducks ahead 2-1. Cooney getting his lead from second. Garate away from first. Vibrock to Hellman. First pitch swinging. He fouls it on the ground up the left side. Bounces off the tarp past the Oregon dugout. Tarp all rolled up with the big logo on it. After that pop out, Oregon now 1 for 7 with runners in scoring position in the game. Hellman, the 308 hitter, takes up high. Just missed above the letters. Next offering, up and away. Easy take there for Hellman as the catcher Barry had to jump out of his squat. Hellman's 1 for 1 today. Swings at this pitch, hits it in the air. Foul ground, right side, and a few rows deep behind Michigan State's dugout. Now 2-2 to Hellman, who's knocked in 41 runs this year. Has left the yard 12 times. Walked and scored a run in the first. His hit, where he's 1 for 1 today, led off the third inning. He was left stranded at second base, though. 2-2. Hellman fouls it to our right. Another souvenir off the bat of number 45 for the Ducks. Michigan State has 7-8-9 due up against Ian Umland in the fifth. Duck offense trying to extend the lead. 2-1 here in the bottom of the fourth with 2 on. Hellman takes low and away. Good eye. Doesn't chase the 73-mile-an-hour delivery from Vibrock. Vibrock about to throw the 50th pitch of his relief outing. Runners can get a head start. The payoff. Check swing on one high. Hellman doesn't go around. That's ball 4. Ducks have loaded the bases for Jacob Walsh.
First baseman, number 25, Jacob.
3 nice plate appearances for Dominic Hellman today. Bases loaded. Walsh looks at strike 1. 341 hitter. Walsh has struck out a couple of times today. Lefty-lefty battle. Walsh takes away on the off-speed pitch. 1 ball and 1 strike. Ducks with Cooney at third. Walsh takes up high. Turns the count in his favor on the critical 1-1 pitch. Cooney at third, Garate at second, Hellman at first. Oregon looking for a big hit here in the bottom of the 4th, leading 2-1. Delivery. Hit on the ground toward the second baseman. Fielded cleanly. The throw to first is in time. McKay to Bush for the putout. Walsh retired. Ducks don't score. After 3 walks, load the bases. Ducks leave them stranded. Through 4, Ducks lead 2-1 on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
Wherever you are in life, once a duck, always a duck. That's OCCU. Since 1956, OCCU has helped the University of Oregon community take flight financially, like our remarkable checking and duck debit card that give duck fans more for the things they care about, more for the game, more for gear, more for a bright future. Earn interest, show your duck devotion, and start earning more today. Learn more at myoccu.org/getduckdebit.
Right now at Les Schwab Tires, it's the Best for Less sales event. Save up to $120 instantly on a set of 4 tires. Choose from a wide selection of some of our longest-lasting, best-performing tires. Plus, you'll get America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. Just another way you'll get more from less. Stop by a store or shop online at leschwab.com. Limited time offer while supplies last. See leschwab.com/sale for details.
I'm coming home to the place that I remember, back to the land of my first love. Would you spread wide your arms for this wayward son? What's the next thing?
Oregon Baseball brought to you by our friends at Les Schwab. Having the right set of tires and wheels on your vehicle, just part of an essential safety checklist. That's why Les Schwab Tires offers free pre-trip safety checks of your brakes, battery alignment, suspension, and steering. Stop by anytime or schedule your appointment online at leschwab.com. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Leading off the top of the 5th inning for Michigan State. The designated hitter, number 50.
Through 4, Ducks lead 2-1. 7-8-9 to the plate for the Spartans against Oregon's starter today, Ian Umlaut. The pitch, hit in the air, right field. Foul ground now. Walsh giving chase. Walsh into the stands, bounced out of his glove. Oh, almost another great catch by Jacob Walsh in foul ground. We've seen him dive into a dugout. We've seen him run balls down football receiver style, and he almost snagged that one over the fence in the first row. 0-1 now to Will Shannon. Mound now shaded. Umlaut deals to the righty, outside the zone. Shannon so far against Umlaut is 0 for 1. He hit into an inning-ending double play in the second. Umlaut's next pitch, hit in the air, right side, and out of play. Ducks leading 2-1 and out-hitting Michigan State 4-2 here in the top of the 5th. Umlaut sets, deals it upstairs. Two balls and 2 strikes now. Set at the belt. Umlaut to the plate. Fouled in front of us into the stands. 2 balls. And 2 strikes. Umlaut deals. Foul back. Shannon battling him, the 274 hitter. Righty digs back in. 20 hits and 73 at-bats this year. Umlaut again to the plate. Just outside. Came in at 80 miles an hour and didn't quite get the corner. Payoff now to the leadoff hitter for the Spartans in the 5th. Foul back. A lot of fouls. 2 in the air and down the right side. A couple that have been spoiled back and in the air. Shannon will see another 3-2 pitch. Umlaut sets for the 60th pitch of his outing, and he misses downstairs. Leadoff walk. Shannon's aboard in front of JT Sokolov. Sokolov got hit by a pitch in the 3rd inning. Was later stranded at third base. Sokolov, a 253 hitter. He digs in as Umlaut looks for a double play ball now with the Ducks ahead 2-1. Big swing and a miss from Sokolov. 8 doubles, 2 home runs this year for the Spartans center fielder. Umlaut threw that one at 85 miles an hour past him. The lefty sets, deals to the righty. Sokolov takes on the inside corner. Good pitch from Ian Umlaut. Ahead 0-2. Now with Sokolov in protect mode. Might be able to induce that ground ball for a double play or the strikeout. The 0-2 pitch is too tall. 1 ball and 2 strikes now. Umlaut with a fastball. Tried to get Sokolov to chase, and he laid off. Dayton Murphy, the number 9 hitter for the Spartans, waits on deck. Umlaut again to the plate. Low and away. 78-mile-an-hour breaking ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Shannon getting his lead from first. Shannon has not attempted a steal this season. 2-2 home. Low bounces away from Megers, and that puts a runner in scoring position. It was in the dirt. Wild pitch moves Shannon to second base. And the count fills to the Spartans' number 8 hitter, JT Sokolov. Umlaut comes set. Comes home. Got him looking. Fastball on the inside corner. Sokolov lays off, and it's strike 3. Backwards K in the scorebook.
Dayton Murphy.
Fifth strikeout for Ian Umlaut. Still a runner in scoring position, though, as Dayton Murphy pulls the first pitch foul up the left side. Right-hander was out in front of that 80-mile-an-hour delivery from Umlaut. Shannon in scoring position. He represents the tying run with the Ducks ahead 2-1 in the top of the 5th inning. Duck left fielder Anson Arrows called for time as the ball bounced out of the stands, ran over toward foul ground, underhanded it to a young fan down the left side. Umlaut deals the 0-1 too tight. Murphy jackknifes out of the way. 1 ball and 1 strike now. The freshman's 0 for 1 today. Struck out on a bunt attempt in the third. Umlaut comes home and it's fouled off. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Umlaut working ahead with a runner in scoring position. Spartans are 0 for 4 with runners in scoring position today. Umlaut misses inside with a breaking ball. 3 balls and 2 strikes. 2 balls and 2 strikes, excuse me. Didn't miss inside by much. Murphy took a close one. Umlaut goes to the high fastball and it hit Chase Meggers. He might have gotten crossed up. It was called a ball high. And Meggers is still crouched down. Cody Peterman will jog out to look at him. It hit Meggers somewhere where there wasn't any padding. Actually, a foul that ricocheted down. Just barely hit the handle of the bat. And I think it got him maybe on the hand. Couldn't tell from here at first if it was a check swing cross up or if it was a check swing foul. It was, in fact, a check swing foul as the entire Duck team mobs Cody Peterman on his way back into the dugout. Looks like Meggers is all right. He'll stay in there after shaking it off with a runner at second. Umlaut 3-2 home is up high. 2-2 home, excuse me. Scoreboard had it at 3-2 and got me. Now 3-2. Shannon getting his lead from second base. Umlaut deals. In the air. Toward the shortstop. Maloney makes the catch. 2 gone. Back to the top of the order, Ryan McKay, who is, I think, the most dangerous hitter in Michigan State's order. Leading hitter in batting average. He has 19 doubles coming into the game. He hit his 20th earlier today. Ducks ahead 2-1 in the top of the 5th inning. Tying run at second base for the Spartans. Pitch to McKay. Lefty hits it in the air toward arrows and left. Battles the sun and makes the catch. A good sting off the bat of McKay. Arrows puts it away. No runs, no hits, no errors. The leadoff walk left stranded. Bottom of the 5th inning coming as the Ducks maintain a 2-1 lead on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
Are you prepared for an emergency or disaster? Because it's not a matter of if, but when. Don't find yourself saying,
I'll trust water bottles and a flashlight to save the day, but I'll be proved wrong.
With a tornado approaching, I'll realize that I like a wheelchair-accessible shelter.
When the floodwaters rise, I'll be up in the attic with 20 cans of beans. It's a recipe for disaster.
Let's prepare so we all have a better story to tell. Get started at ready.gov/older adults. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Comes to a gun suicide attempt, all it takes is a moment.
My son Ricky took his life by the use of a firearm. It broke me and I contemplated suicide. My grandson, I was gonna have to be here for him. I still own my firearm. I keep it in a safe because I want to keep my grandson and myself safe.
Store your guns, locked, unloaded, and away from ammo. Hear more safe stories at endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by Brady and the Ad Council.
By Smith stays alive. Horvath has thrown 33 1/3 innings, given up 36 hits, 22 runs, 20 of those earned. He's walked just 9 and struck out 34 on the season. He does have a tendency to give up long balls. 9 home runs allowed this year. Opponents bat .271 against Tyler Horvath. Another 1-2 to the .320 hitter Drew Smith. He fouls it into the glove, and the catcher hangs on. Smith down hacking for the first out of the 5th. Ansoneros steps up next. He's got a couple of hits today. 2-for-2 performance and a couple RBI for Ansoneros. Arrows from the left side against the righty. Swings through the first pitch at 84 miles an hour, 0-1. Horvath sets, kicks, and delivers past the swinging bat of Arrows at 92 miles an hour. Vibrock's line concludes at 2 1/3 innings. Gave up 2 hits and no runs to the Ducks. 0-2 to Arrows. Fouls it into the glove, strikes out swinging. Well, Horvath comes in and is throwing some gas at 93. Couple of strikeouts brings Maddox Maloney to the plate.
The shortstop.
Vibrock walked 3
Maddox Maloney.
and struck out 1 Oregon hitter. Maloney, 0-for-2 today, the Ducks sophomore, batting .306 on the season. Horvath gets a swing and a miss at 83 miles an hour. Off speed to start, Maloney a little out in front of it. Ground out and a fly out so far for Maddox. Ducks ahead 2-1 in the bottom of the 5th. Horvath misses away. A touch low. 1 ball and 1 strike now to Oregon's number 6 hitter in the order. 3 Ducks have combined for the 4 hits today. Maloney hits it in the air toward left. Battling the sun, Williams now has a beat on it and is able to make the catch. Well, just judging from the way both left fielders have played the ball today, that sun will test you. 1-2-3 inning with Horvath coming on in relief. Ducks still leading 2-1 as we go to the 6th on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
Since 1894, the rivalry between Oregon and Oregon State has grown to a fever pitch. The 2024-25 rivalry series is in full force, and the action between the Ducks and Beavers will be exciting. Year after year, the student-athletes, coaches, and schools take great pride in being part of one of the longest rivalry series in the nation. The University of Oregon would like to thank Pacific Source Health Plans, Albertson Safeway, Toyota, and First Interstate Bank as being the proud partners of this year's rivalry series.
Valley River Inn is a proud partner of Oregon Athletics. Nestled along the banks of the Willamette River in Eugene, Valley River Inn boasts 250 newly renovated rooms, meeting and event space, fitness center, restaurant and bar, pool, and more. We invite you to stay with us whether you are traveling to Eugene or need a staycation and a great meal and drinks at our restaurant Sweetwater's on the river. When you stay with Valley River Inn, it's always a home run. Visit us online at valleyriverinN.com and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. And as always, go Ducks!
Two to 1. Ducks in front. Ian Umlaut back to work. 2-3-4 coming up for Michigan State, and some cool news for Oregon softball. Riley McCoy entered some exclusive territory today. Named the 3rd NFCA Freshman of the Year finalist in program history, joining Jenna Lilly and Maggie Ballant as Oregon's other top 3 finalists in program history. 19 home runs for McCoy helped lead the Ducks to the Eugene Super Regional against Liberty that begins tomorrow at 7 o'clock at the Jane.
Leading off the top
Nationally
of
among
the
all freshmen,
sixth inning
McCoy has
for Michigan State.
put together a heck of a season. First in slugging percentage, fifth in home runs, sixth in RBI, 10th in batting average. Leads the team in home runs, RBI, and slugging percentage. Also tied the school record with 31 extra base hits. Riley McCoy, a finalist for Freshman of the Year. That's cool for Duck softball and Riley McCoy. First pitch swinging, Seymour grounds it to the shortstop. Overhand throw from Maloney to first base in time. Seymour out on a couple of hops to the Duck shortstop.
First baseman.
That brings up Sam Bush. He's the power threat in Michigan State's batting order. The only Spartan with double-digit home runs. He's hit 15 of them. Bush has hit a sac fly and struck out today against Umlaut. Top 6, 1 out. Delivery is upstairs and outside to Bush. Left-handed hitter. 287 average. And to go with those 15 home runs, he's also doubled 11 times. Umlaut just misses tall at 87 there. Number 3 hitter for the Spartans ahead 2-0 with the Ducks ahead 2-1 in the top of the 6th inning. Umlaut's next pitch. At the letters. Two balls and a strike with one away and the base is empty. Umlaut now with some sun peeking through between the overhang and the roof. Gets a hit to shallow center field. Ranging back, Maloney can't quite get there on a football wide receiver style attempted catch. Bush with a bloop single into center. Puts a man on with 1 out for Michigan State.
The catcher, number 31.
Now Caleb Berry, who's flown out twice, comes up. Yeah, Bush just kind of muscled that one to center field. Umlaut looking for a double play ball to get out of the 6th inning. Closing in on 80 pitches in the outing. Bunt put down toward the third baseman. Barehand attempt by Garate. His throw is in time. Boy, that's a nice play from Carter Garate. He just makes plays like that look so routine. Sacrifice bunt, though, off the bat of the cleanup hitter Barry, which tells you how the Spartans feel offensively right now, just trying to come through with one big hit. This is Michigan State's 7th at bat with runners in scoring position. The Spartans are 0 for 6 against Umlaut in RBI chances. Sam Bush to second base, 2 down in the top of the 6th inning for Nick Williams. Pitch to the righty. On the inner half, called a strike. Good spot on the black from Ian Umlaut. 86-mile-an-hour delivery. Umlaut sets to the 269 hitter. Ground ball toward the middle of the diamond. Cut off by Maloney. The shortstop makes the throw to first for the out. Single, sacrifice. That's it for Michigan State. No runs on a hit, no errors, and a runner left. Another 0 on the board thanks to Ian Umlaut and the Duck defense. Bottom of the 6th next, with Oregon leading 2-1 over the Spartans on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
This message is for...
We've talked about how Ryan Cooney just seems to string plus at bats together. Takes above the letters to start this plate appearance. And perhaps the best illustration of the consistency of Ryan Cooney is how often he's gotten on base. Hits this pitch in the air toward the second base bag. Behind the second base bag, drifting onto the outfield grass. Catch made by McKay, the second baseman. But just to finish that thought on Ryan Cooney, who has reached base today, he has 2 20-plus reached base streaks this season.
Number 3,
That's consistency when you can get on base in 20 straight games twice. To put that in context, this is game 55 for Oregon here tonight, beginning postseason against Michigan State. Ducks ahead 2-1 in the bottom of the 6th. Number 9 hitter Carter Garate looks at a strike. Ducks go lefty-righty. Now lefty again here this inning against Horvath. 0-1 from the reliever. Swung on. Garate can't connect. It's 0-2. Duck Jr. is 0 for 1 today. Third baseman, though, has played good D. Always seems to do that. Swings through this pitch, though, and goes down hacking. Horvath has come in and pitched extremely well against the Ducks. Back-to-back 1-2-3 innings. Retiring all 6 Ducks that he has faced. 7 straight Ducks retired now as we head to the 7th inning. Oregon 2, Michigan State 1. Top of the 7th next on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
BECU. You've heard the name, seen the letters. But what does BECU stand for? Simply put, not-for-profit BECU stands for people. For charting your own path. For choosing what's right for members instead of what's profitable for someone else. Because they are the reason our credit union exists. So we do everything in our power to help them reach their financial goals. BECU. Power in people. All Pacific Northwest residents are eligible to join. Federally insured by NCUA.
Passion, the tradition, the rivalries. SiriusXM is your destination for all things college sports. And we've got you covered on SiriusXM College Sports Radio. There's complete coverage of every major conference, plus live games and 24/7 talk and analysis. So cheer along on the SiriusXM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. And now you can get 3 months of SiriusXM free. Subscribe now and see offer details at SiriusXM.com/College Sports Radio 25.
I left my heart in Oregon. Oh, I left my heart in Oregon. Yeah, I left my heart in Oregon.
Oh my God! With the win!
7th inning. Ducks 2, Spartans 1. Ian Umlaut through 6 innings has allowed 3 hits, 1 run. He's walked 1 and struck out 5. Enters this 7th inning with 81 pitches. Nice job by Ian Umlaut so far as the Duck lefty. The Ducks make the call to the bullpen. Toyota pitching change to number 34, Santiago Garcia. 6 foot, 180-pound left-handed sophomore. A transfer from Central Arizona Community College. Garcia has a 4.39 earned run average on the season, a 2-0 record in 21 appearances, 4 saves in 26 2/3 innings, 16 hits, 13 runs, all those earned. Garcia has walked 18, struck out 37, and opponents hit just 170 against the Duck lefty Santiago Garcia. He'll face Ryan McKay now. And delivers to the left-handed hitter in the dirt. Blocked by Meggers to keep the runner at second base. Sokolov is at second. Ducks have committed 2 errors in the inning and allowed a run and a hit so far. Garcia checks that runner at second, comes home. Breaking ball out of the hand of Garcia in the zone. Good delivery. Makes it 1-2. Came in with a strike on the hitter. McKay waits as Garcia checks and deals. Ooh, didn't miss by much. Tried to hit the outside corner, and it was close. McKay batting .321 on the season. Garcia gets him to hit it in the air to left. Battling the sun, arrows. Going back to the warning track, he makes the catch. Nice defense by Oregon's left fielder to end the inning. But a run scores on a hit and 2 errors and a runner left in scoring position. Time to stretch. Tied at 2 on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
If you know your party's extension, press or say 1. To leave a message in our company mailbox, press or say 2. Spoiler alert, it will be full.
Representative.
Would you speak to your mother in that tone?
Speak to a real human being.
You shouldn't need to shout into the void to get your health insurance questions answered.
Pacific Source Health Plans. This is a real person. How can I help you?
Human service, not automated phone trees.
Count on Oregon Mutual Insurance, a proud sponsor of the Oregon Ducks home team, for your business, vineyard, farm, or ranch insurance needs. If you are a small or large business owner, winery, farmer, or rancher looking to make an insurance carrier change, Oregon Mutual and Oregon Mutual's network of independent agents will work with you to devise a policy that fits your business or farm operations. Visit ormutual.com to learn more.
Michigan State ties it up in the top of the 7th inning. Now 2-2. Time for some runs and time for the Ducks to get something going against the reliever, Tyler Horvath. He has struck out 3 Ducks and retired all 6 that he's faced. Now it's the top of the order. Mason DeVille, Dominic Hellman, and Jacob Walsh will face the hard-throwing righty for the Spartans. Each team now with 2 runs on 4 hits, but critically, Oregon has committed 3 errors tonight. Mason DeVille in the lefty box. Takes the first offering from Horvath at the knees. Strike 1. Off speed to start. To the nation's leader in long balls. DeVille fouls this one in the air behind his dugout up the left side. Now 0-2 to DeVille, who's 1 for 3 today. DeVille singled in the first. Has flown out and popped out since. 3-0-2 hitter digs back in. Ducks have some activity in the bullpen. DeVille takes high and tight. Spartans have some stirring activity in the pen. Horvath through 2 innings has been good on the hill, though. Deals to DeVille way up and away. Easy take for the Oregon center fielder. DeVille waves the bat over the plate. Now ready for the 2-2. Fouls it off. Rolls it toward the Michigan State dugout. DeVille had 4 hits in the series against the Spartans at the beginning of this month. Takes this delivery up high. 3 balls and 2 strikes. He had 1 game where he went deep twice. Knocked in 4 in the Ducks' 13-5 win in East Lansing. Payoff. Ripped up the right side and foul. He was early on that 81-mile-an-hour delivery and hit it 112 miles an hour foul. Taps the plate as he settles back into the lefty box. Another payoff here in the bottom of the 7th. Popped up. Left side. Third baseman Seymour makes the play. One gone for Dominic Hellman. That pitch was a strike to Neville that he swung at. Was up and in. Popped it up. Tie game, 2 apiece in the bottom of the 7th. Pitch to Hellman. Swings through 90 miles an hour. 0-1. Horvath has faced 7 batters, and he's retired all of them. Now Hellman hits one into center field. Base knock. Another hard hit grounder from Dominic Hellman results in a hit. He has been on base all 4 times. And he's come to the plate tonight. A walk, a single through the left side, a walk, now a single up the middle. Dominic Hellman having a good day in the 2-hole. Tied at 2 in the bottom of the 7th inning. Ducks will send in a pinch runner here. The 6'2", 200-pound freshman Jax Jimenez comes in.
Ladies and gentlemen, pitch running at first base
in the DH spot.
Number 19, Jax Jimenez.
Ducks will try something going with Jimenez on the base paths. He represents the go-ahead run in the bottom of the 7th inning. Jacob Walsh is due. He's 0 for 3 today. .339 overall hitter. Swings through the off speed, starting the at-bat 0-1. Walsh hit his 19th home run of the season against the Hawkeyes, concluding the regular season last weekend. Jimenez fakes a steal as Walsh fouls one in the air to the left side, out of play. Back and out of play, really. Now he's got to protect the plate, down 0-2. He struck out in the first, swinging, and in the third, swinging. Grounded out to the second baseman in the 4th. Protecting the dish here with a runner at first. Horvath sets, throws over to first base. Jimenez gets back in. Jimenez has stolen 3 bags on the season, has been caught once. Ducks have often gone to him as a pinch runner this year. (0-2). Walsh fouls it straight back. Had the timing on that one to stay alive. Pitch was on the outer edge, and the lefty made contact to see another 0-2 pitch. Horvath delivers. Walsh takes high. 90-mile-an-hour pitch, the 34th of the appearance for Horvath. (1-2) on the way home. Walsh fouls it to the netting again. That one at 81 miles an hour, the off speed. Walsh spoiled it. Horvath set. Walsh battling. Another 1-2 that's fouled off. See if Walsh can win the battle here with Drew Smith waiting on deck. Bottom of the 7th, tied at 2. Michigan State's second game in the Big Ten tournament. The Ducks first. Throw over to first. Jimenez gets back in. Walsh with an OPS over 1,100, trying to add to it. Another 1-2. Popped up behind home plate and into the second row of the seats. Walsh staying alive for another 1-2 pitch. Making Horvath work for it. But he's stuck around the zone to Walsh. These have all been close. Pitch in the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Walsh. After nibbling around the corners, Horvath missed low there with the 83-mile-an-hour off-speeder. Runner at first still, 2-2 now, high and tight. Walsh lifts his hands out of the way. That runs the count to 3-2. One away with a runner at first. Tie game. Payoff to Walsh. Runners going, and the pitch is low for ball 4. Heck of a plate appearance for Jacob Walsh. Horvath is now up to 40 pitches.
Right fielder, number 17.
Walsh eventually walks, moving Jimenez into scoring position for Drew Smith. Pitch plate appearance for Jacob Walsh. Now Drew Smith pulls one just outside the third base bag. He was on it, just a tad early. Down in the count, 0-1. Smith 0 for 3 today. He bunted into a fielder's choice at the plate in the first, and has fouled out and struck out since. 2 on for him here. Smith rockets one toward left field. Base hit. Runner coming around. Jimenez scores. Ducks lead 3-2. Drew Smith comes through. Oregon going to the pinch runner after Dominic Hellman's 1-out single. Jimenez cruises to the plate on the RBI single from Drew Smith. Jacob Walsh advances to scoring position. Oregon strikes to retake the lead 3-2 in the bottom of the 7th. The Ducks get to Horvath in his 3rd inning of work, and the Spartans will make a Toyota pitching change. 1 out with 2 on in the bottom of the 7th. Oregon ahead 3-2. New pitcher when we come back to Omaha on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
Uh-oh, Brad's buzzed.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's starting with the woots. And now a speech.
I just want to say that friendship is about heart and brain. Who's with me?
Good thing is, he knows when he's buzzed.
And my brain is saying, when it's time to go home, somebody call me a ride.
Love that guy.
Me too.
Know your buzzed warning signs? Call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Substance use disorder and addiction is so isolating. And so, as a Black woman in recovery, hope must be loud. It grows louder when you ask for help and you're vulnerable. It is the thread that lets you know that no matter what happens, you will be okay.
When we learn the power of hope, recovery is possible. Find out how at startwithhope.com. Brought to you by the National Council for Mental Wellbeing, Shatterproof, and the Ad Council.
7th, 2 on, 1 out. A new pitcher on the hill for Michigan State. Toyota pitching change brings in number 32, Zach Maxey. 6'2", 210-pound graduate right-hander. A transfer from Miami, Ohio. This year, a 5.10 earned run average, and a 3-0 record in 16 appearances. 30 innings pitched, 27 hits, 19 runs, 17 earned. He's walked 14, struck out 30. Opponents batting .243 against Zach Maxey. Anceneros, first pitch swinging, grounds one through the right side, base hit. Walsh being waved in. Throw is to second base, and Walsh scores. Ducks lead 4-2. Wasting no time, Anceneros, his third hit today, knocks in Oregon's fourth run. 4-2 Ducks in the bottom of the seventh.
The shortstop, number 9, Maddox Maloney.
Now Maddox Maloney coming up. Delivery to Maddox Maloney. Misses. 1 ball and no strikes to the 3-0-4 hitter. Maloney's 0 for 3. 2 on for Maloney. Fouls this one in the air, back and out of play. Next pitch to Maloney, outside. Two on in front of him. Pickoff goes toward the lead runner for the Ducks. Smith able to get back in there. Smith at second, Arrows at first. Another pickoff towards second base. Smith gets back in. Maloney at a 2-1 count. Pitch comes and he swings and lifts it in the air toward left. Williams coming in and toward the line. Left fielder puts it away. 2 away for the Ducks now in the seventh. Runners retreat back to the second base bag and the first base bag. Smith, the lead runner, Arrows behind him. Chase Meggers coming up next.
Number 27, Chase Meggers.
Ducks with 2 so far, looking for more. 3 hits so far in the bottom of the seventh as Meggers swings through the high off speed. Starts the at-bat 0-1. Meggers 0 for 2 today. Pick off to second base. Bounces off Drew Smith and ricochets into center field. Both base runners advance 90 feet. The throw hit Smith in the left arm. The defender covered on the right side of the bag. It glanced off Smith while he was on the bag and then rolled into the shallow outfield. Ducks now with 2 in scoring position in the bottom of the seventh inning. Chase Meggers trying to come through for the Ducks. He swings through the next offering. Off speed that he was out in front of 0-2. The errant pickoff puts 2 in scoring position, and Meggers takes down low here. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Smith at third, Arrows at second. 2 away, with Oregon leading 4-2. Next pitch to Meggers. Skied, left side. Third baseman backing up. Seymour makes the catch to retire the Ducks in the 7th inning. But Oregon does retake the lead. After Michigan State tied it in the top half, Ducks retake the lead in the bottom half. Very similar to the first inning. Ducks get 2 runs on 3 hits in air and strand 2 in scoring position. To the 8th we go, Oregon leading 4-2 on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
Before the 7th inning stretch turned into a walk-off home run, and before cheering for opposing teams turned into unexpected friendships, someone had to bring the 6-pack of Kona Big Wave. Kona Big Wave, bring the aloha. Copyright 2024 Kona Brewing Co., St. Louis, Missouri. 21 plus. Enjoy responsibly.
With a great selection of new Toyotas, everyone knows your summer starts here at your Toyota dealer, even your pet parrot.
Right, the summer starts here.
Well said.
Dealer inventory may vary. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Event ends June 2nd.
Toyota, let's go places.
Wherever you are in life, once a duck, always a duck. That's OCCU. Since 1956, OCCU has helped the University of Oregon community take flight financially. Like our remarkable checking and duck debit card that give duck fans more for the things they care about. More for the game, more for gear, more for a bright future. Earn interest, show your duck devotion, and start earning more today. Learn more at myoccu.org/getduckdebit.
Tyler Horvath, after 2 1/3, his final line, 2 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts. And how about Ian Umlaut? Guy who's been Oregon's midweek starter, been a reliever, done all kinds of things for Oregon. Well, he pitched well enough to win tonight. Unfortunately, he won't earn the win, despite going 6 2/3 and giving up just 4 hits, 2 runs, only 1 earned. He walked 1 and struck out 5. Now Santiago Garcia back out there for the Ducks. He grooves in a strike to begin the at-bat to Randy Seymour. 2-3-4 due up for the Spartans. Sam Bush, Caleb Berry to follow, the third baseman Seymour. Garcia deals low in the zone. 1 ball and 1 strike after the off-speed was downstairs from the Oregon talented left-hander Santiago Garcia. Facing a right-handed hitter in Seymour, batting .269. He swings and misses. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Seymour. 0 for 3 today. Junior digs back in. Fly out, fielder's choice, and a ground out so far. Garcia pitches, and it's a 1-hop to the glove of the second baseman, Cooney. Makes the play to first. 1 out to start the 8th inning. Sam Bush now, who's had a productive day. Sac fly, strikeout, and a single on his ledger. The number 3 hitter in the Michigan State Safeway starting lineup. .291 overall hitter. 26 extra base hits on the season. Garcia fires a strike. 11 doubles, 15 home runs on the campaign for Sam Bush in his senior season for the Spartans. Pitch from Garcia is up high. 1 ball, 1 strike with 1 out and the base is empty. An important momentum inning here in the late innings for the Ducks. After retaking the lead 4-2, Garcia trying to throw a 0 in the top of the 8th. Bush hits it in the air. 1-1 delivery that's skied, and Garde gives it a long run, dives for it, but it bounces over the tarp and into the stands. Well, if anyone's going to make a sliding play like that in foul ground, it would be Carter Garade. He was shifted over as well against the lefty Bush. He's really playing more of a shortstop with 3 Oregon infielders on the right side. 1-2, up high, around the eyes of Bush. He lays off. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Garcia sets, kicks, and fires. Got him looking. off speed, froze Bush, and he goes down.
The catcher, number 31.
Now Caleb Berry. I remember this walk-up song for Berry from when the Ducks were in East Lansing. He has fun with it. Berry's 0 for 2 today with a couple flyouts. Also a successful sacrifice in his last plate appearance. Swing and a miss from the Michigan State catcher. Garcia works ahead. 0-1 to the righty. Batting .299. Ripped. Caught. Carter Garate puts it away. That's just what the Duck third baseman does. Garcia has retired all 4 that he's faced. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. 1-2-3 inning from the Oregon lefty. Momentum in the Oregon dugout as Ducks head back to the plate with a 4-2 lead in the bottom of the 8th inning after this on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
With a great selection of new Toyotas, everyone knows your summer starts here at your Toyota dealer, even your pet parrot.
Right, the summer starts here.
Well said.
Dealer inventory may vary. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Event ends June 2nd.
Toyota, let's go places.
Before the 7th inning stretch turned into a walk-off home run, and before cheering for opposing teams turned into unexpected friendships, someone had to bring the 6-pack of Kona Big Wave. Kona Big Wave, bring the aloha. Copyright 2024 Kona Brewing Co., St. Louis, Missouri, 21 plus. Enjoy responsibly.
If you know your party's extension, press or say 1. To leave a message in our company mailbox, press or say 2. Spoiler alert, it will be full.
Representative.
Would you speak to your mother in that tone?
Speak to a real human being.
You shouldn't need to shout into the void to get your health insurance questions answered.
Pacific Source Health Plans. This is a real person. How can I help you?
Human service, not automated phone trees.
Bottom 8, the Ducks will send Ryan Cooney, Carter Garane, and Mason DeVille to the plate. 8-9-1 here in the Big Ten tournament. Ducks looking for a resume-building win as Oregon continues to jockey for a national seed. Mark Wasikowski made it very clear when we talked on the Toyota Coaches Corner that it doesn't matter if this game doesn't matter for the Big Ten tournament advancement. Ducks have to win, have that postseason mentality because they're building a resume to be a national seed in the NCAA tournament that will culminate here in Omaha, the site of the College World Series. First pitch to Ryan Cooney, outside and down from Zach Maxey, Michigan State right-hander. Next pitch, Cooney sends a hot shot to Seymour. The third baseman was playing in. He gloves it, makes a clean throw to first base for the first out. One out for Carter Garate.
Third baseman.
And then Mason DeVille coming up. Ducks would like Mason DeVille to hit with somebody on base. 4-2 Oregon in the bottom of the 8th inning. .267 hitter, Carter Garate. He takes outside the zone to start, 1-0. Garate walked in the 4th. Takes away here, ahead in the count, 2-0. Has also grounded out and struck out. Garate made a nice play on a hot shot liner to end the top half of this 8th inning. Now takes down the middle. 2 balls and 1 strike. Might have been taken all the way there to force Maxey to throw a strike. Right-hander's next pitch. Low and inside, and it just clipped the front leg of Carter Garate. He'll go down to first base. Ducks do have a base runner on for Mason DeVille.
Center fielders, number 20.
Well, in the regular season, Mason DeVille homered in just about every other game. 26 regular season home runs. He digs in here. Runner at first. Swings through the off speed. 0-1. DeVille played in 53 games in the regular season, and again hit 26 home runs. Didn't homer in the series against Iowa, so he's due. Takes low here. 1 ball and 1 strike. Cooney started the inning with a ground out. Carter Garate continued the inning getting hit by a pitch. Now Mason DeVille waits the 1-1. Too tall. 2 balls and 1 strike to the even 300 hitter. Oregon leading 4-2 in the bottom of the 8th, looking to extend before the 9th. Maxey to DeVille. Runners going. Pitch is in for a strike. Throw down to second, wide of the bag. Stolen base. Carter Garate. Garate, that's the 6th steal of his season. Runner in scoring position for DeVille now, 2-2. Strike 3 called. Second out of the inning. And the Ducks will go to the bench and bring up Parker Stinson. Number 2 spot originally occupied by Dominic Hellman.
Now batting for Oregon, number 20, Parker Stinson.
Jax Jimenez pinch ran for him and scored a run in the 7th. So now Parker Stinson will grab a bat, but the Spartans will talk things over on the hill. Maybe a Toyota pitching change here. Michigan State scored 1 in the 1st and 1 in the 7th. Ducks are out hitting the Spartans 7-4. Maddox throws inside to Parker Pico. The sophomore's 1 for 3 today. 1-0 to him here. 262 hitter, gets on at a 316 rate, an 819 OPS. Maddox gets Pico to foul it right in front of us. 1 ball and 1 strike. Pico digs in as Maddox sets for the 1-1. Swing and a miss on the off speed. Good pitch from Maddox. Got Pico out in front. Pico has struck out a couple of times. Did double and reach third on an error in the 7th. Scored the lone run that the Spartans plated in that 7th frame. 1-2. Got him looking. Maddox goes off speed. Pico retires. That'll bring up Will Shannon. Shannon's 0 for 2. Hit into a double play in the 2nd. Walked in the 5th. Was left stranded at second base. Grounded out to the 3rd baseman in the 7th. Righty versus righty. Shannon takes tall. 1 ball and no strikes. Top of the 9th, Ducks leading 4-2. Maddox deals it on the outside corner. Good pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike now with the bases empty and 2 down in the 9th. Maddox fires. Ground ball, foul outside the first base bag. 1-2. Shannon, a senior for the Spartans. Maddox ready for the 1-2. Strike 3 swinging. Seth Maddox goes 1-2-3 in the 9th. Ducks win 4-2 over Michigan State. Oregon's 42nd win of the season and the first in postseason. Starting out on the right foot. Ducks victorious 4-2. Playing tomorrow as the Big Ten tournament continues. We'll break it all down when we come back to Omaha on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
What's up, sandwich heads? Today on Steve-O's Sandwich Reviews, we've got the tips and tricks to the best sandwich order. And it all starts with this little guy right here. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Yeah, add the crisp, refreshing taste of Pepsi Zero Sugar and cue the fireworks. Lunch, dinner, or late night, it'll be a sandwich worth celebrating. Every bite is better with Pepsi.
Pepsi is proudly distributed by locally owned Bigfoot Beverages. Go Ducks, drink Pepsi.
BECU. You've heard the name, seen the letters. But what does BECU stand for? Simply put, not-for-profit BECU stands for people. For charting your own path. For choosing what's right for members instead of what's profitable for someone else. Because they are the reason our credit union exists. So we do everything in our power to help them reach their financial goals. BECU. Power in